chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence. Hey, all I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. We are a chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me, for I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I'm working in power, I work in miracles, I live a life of favor, for I know who I am. I'm working in power, I work in miracles, I live a life of favor, for I know who I am. Hey. Hey. We are a chosen, come on. We are a chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence. Yeah. All I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. We are a chosen generation. We're being called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He says I
Thank God
am.
this evening unto you being our minister, God, and let us have a good evening, a good outcome of it, and let us enjoy the company of your presence. In Jesus' name we pray. Thank you so much. And now, what inspired her? What is it all about? What is in there? What do we expect? Here comes Sharon. Most welcome.
Hello, testing microphone, hello. Hello everyone, thank you so much for coming. Thanks for supporting me and for your time for being here. Just about how did we come here today, how did all this inspired transition come about, how did was I inspired to write the books, should I have two of them, about my perfumes and everything. It was when I was in university some time ago, and a friend of mine invited me to attend a workshop. I didn't know at the time. So I was working, I was going to university full time, and she said I should come to this event. Unknown to me, I just said, you know what, I'm working, I don't have time, I can't really make it to that event. So she invited me again and again. Finally, I was like, you know what, to get this girl off my case, I'm gonna go to this event. So went to this event. It was supposed to be a Friday evening for like 2 hours. And I ended up staying Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Because I'd never been to those kind of events before. They actually called word creation seminars. So some guy from America had come and was talking to us about how you can create world and things like that. I thanked my friend so much that I was able to go, but prior to then, I was in university, and my dreams were finish my degree, get me a good job, get myself rich man, get married, and That's it. Have my babies and that's it. But when I went to these events and like it was like some sort of like light was switched on, like a business light and was kind of switched on. So from those things I was so inspired. I started educating myself about business and I started even attending more seminars, reading books, and I was really, really inspired. So what happened was each time that I went to, each event that I went to, like the speakers, they just talking about creating wealth and how you can have multiple streams of income, and they were literally dissing having a job. Like, oh, you cannot be in a job if you want to be rich. You cannot be trading your time, your hours for just a few pennies. That it's going to take you forever to be rich. But if you can create a product or something you're passionate about, a business, whatever, and then maybe put it online because you have like an international market, then you are in the right track. So I kind of quit my job because I was like, you know what, God, I have to follow this direction as far as I was concerned, and from all the information I was hearing. Quit my job, started my first company. It didn't go as I expected. So kind of went back to the job for a while. Started another company again. Still not as such as I was expecting. But my passion for business, I couldn't really give up at all. So I started another company once again. And things were a bit challenging because the way we were taught and the way we were learning, it was like, as long as you have the information, you have the experience, you don't have to have masters in business, you just have a passion for it, and then it will work. But for some reason, mine was not working. And I didn't know why it wasn't working. Even though I was doing these seminars, I was educating myself, I thought this was the right way to go, but things were not working. I ended up going back in a job, and I took a job and kind of settled in a job. But I didn't really like my life, because like I was settling in a job and yet I had so much inspiration, aspirations, ambition, dreams. There's so much I wanted to achieve, but I just ended up settling in a job because I have to pay my bills. And business was hard. I kind of put all my dreams aside and I was just focused on work. But me being in work, I wasn't happy because I had the job. Well, I got the income to pay my bills, but I wasn't like excited, oh, I can't wait to go in this place and be working and doing this job. I wasn't in that zone. So it took a while, and I didn't know how to get myself out of that place. I was feeling sad, I was feeling unhappy, and I just didn't know how to get myself out of that place. Well, you know what we do as Christians, you pray, fast, just get close to God so that you can at least have some sort of breakthrough or prayer. An answer. But I did all that. I was going to church, I was reading my Bible, I was praying, just asking God, can I really have a breakthrough? Can you just do something for me? Because I don't like the way my life is going. I don't know, maybe God was hearing my prayers, or was it me just praying the wrong way? Things were not working. But to cut the long story short, I was really going through a hard time. I was challenged, I didn't like my life, but it's not so much that I could share all the stories with people. I was a bit sad. But then I started questioning. I was asking, I had all these questions, that why are things happening the way things are happening in the world? Why are we even here? What is our ultimate goal and purpose of being on this planet? Why is there suffering? Why is God, why are we, like I started questioning things. And one day I think I just had my conversation with God because I was really sad and I needed answers. So, I don't know, this is a bit spiritual because God didn't go to church. But it was like, God just an awakening. Like, I don't know if I was living my life in a sleeping state, the way I was doing things and everything, but this time around it was like, hey, wake up. there's a different life. There's a way you can do things outside of what you've known how to do things. There's success, there's progress, there's whatever you want. But if you only change the way you've been doing everything, and then you can do it the way I show you, you're actually going to get what you want. I don't know if some of you guys that follow me with my YouTube channel that have watched my videos on awakening. But since then, this is actually my message I wanted to share mostly. It's like there's a kind of life that God introduces you to that we really don't know about. And a life with love, a life with confidence, a life whereby everything is possible. You can just go into the world. You want to speak to Donald Trump? Hey, bring him on. You can just go. Well, just like things just happen to you. A life where you can manifest things. A life whereby things come with you having less effort to actually put in there to get those things to happen. I didn't know about this life. So I started experiencing things and I'm like, God, I hope I'm not crazy. I didn't know anyone to talk to. I tried to message because I'm on like maybe 4 different WhatsApp groups. So I tried to message friends asking, hey guys, do you know about this? Do you know about this? Can you let me know that I'm not really hallucinating or something? And people were not even aware of these things. Because no one ever got back to me telling me, okay, maybe I've had those experiences or I've had this encounter and I can relate to you. I was just by myself. I was like, what is this? But I just called it because it was divine. It's something that's beyond my understanding at the time. It came to a place whereby, like some sort of cobwebs, like maybe I was living with some sort of cover that was in my eyes or my understanding, but this time around it was so clear. Like I could see life in a different state. I could see people, everything, like so different from how I used to know it. And it occurred to me that I was approaching things in the wrong way, like in a sleeping state. So I realized that, we are spiritual beings before we are physical human beings. So it's like most of the time, we're supposed to be living in our spiritual self, but we live in our mind self. And when we live in our mind self, it's basically we are living by our minds. It's the mind that's controlling our lives. Our thoughts, our actions is through the mind, but we're not to be living in the mind self. We're supposed to be living in our spiritual self. So the spiritual self is our connection to God. The spiritual self is like an awakening whereby there's a different, I don't know if it's the 6th or 7th sense or something, and you're living life in that high zone. So I got so much inspiration, and at the time because I really had to take, not so that I did maybe the right thing, I don't know, but I took time out to church. I wasn't going to church as I used to. I just wanted to dig in and just have my conversation with God. Let him answer me. Let him say something that I'm going to know and know how to tell me. Go do ABCD straight from you, then I can go and do it. And it actually happened that he came around and was just directing me in a different sphere. So I was so inspired and just wanted to share the story because this is a place of love, like divine love. We have all this divine love that is surrounding us that sometimes we're not even aware of. It's like I don't know if you guys do meditation or anything, but you know what happens with Christians? We talk and pray and talk, and we never really hear when God is speaking. But so many times I've just sat down to quieten my mind so I can hear the God in me say something, or even my surroundings. And he actually does. It's just like you quieten your mind and your thoughts and everything, and it's just that space. It's your, like, the God force in you, the God power in you. It's like your intrinsic self is just coming out and it's flourishing, and you can hear properly what it's saying. And this is a place whereby it's no longer God in heaven or God out there. It's just you and him. It just comes to you, and both, like, there's no duality anymore. It's just the two of you together. It's just one. There's no two anymore, it's just one. And it was so overwhelming because you tend to understand life and everything is beautiful and you're happy, you're living in a different state. It doesn't even matter what is going on. You know you're cared for, you trust a lot more, and He has given you everything that you want. But what I realize is that we go, it's like a sea of love, or an ocean of whatever we need, our heart's desires, everything. And what we do is we go to that place, and this is a place where you can come and take everything. You bring a spoon, you take a spoon's worth. You bring a cup, you take a cup's worth. But there's potential for us to take whatever we want, to even be that thing, to be the ocean. And that's what we are. We are the ocean. We are that place of everything, because that is the God in us. Where there's so much possibility, so much potential. Whatever you want, you're empowered. You are living in a different state. It so happens that this life is like, what I've come to find out, it's like a story building. And majority of us are on the ground floor. And we're actually fighting for spaces on the ground floor. But the rooms up there, they're empty. There's no one living in the room. They're empty. But God is saying, hey, there's something up here. Wake up and come live in this place. But we're here, we don't know. We're doing the same things the way we've been doing them. We don't even question anything. But my message to you guys that are here today is there's a different life from the life of physical that we know. There's a different life when you align yourself with your Creator. There's a different life whereby I have manifested things that I didn't even know. Like my first experience in manifestation. I just, let me try this thing out. So I just set my mind right, put my emotions wherever they have to be. And I was like, Lord, I need 100 pounds. And from nowhere, I don't know, sorry. From nowhere, there's this lady that I'd met maybe 2 days prior to the money coming. And she just like, here's 100 pounds. I was like, why are you giving me that money? She's like, I thought I should give it to you. I just remembered, 2 days after my manifestation, so you give me 100 pounds. I should give me another 40 pounds. I was like, hey, manifesting things, okay. This is working. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try it, test you again. So this other day, I was like, I need customers for my perfumes. So got myself in the right zone, and I want to see customers buy my perfumes. That's what I want to manifest. I did this in the morning when I was doing my meditation, and by 7 o'clock my phone would not stop ringing. And I don't know, people's perfumes had gotten lost somehow. Somebody took the other perfume, they couldn't find it for some reason, I don't know. They was like, hey, can I have a perfume? Can I have a perfume? I'm like, oh, okay. There's this kind of life radio, I can manifest things. Wow, it's so like less effort. I was so inspired, and since then I've gone on to manifest more things, like great things are happening. And when I came to that place of realization, like I said, it's an ocean. It's like you know that you have it all. You know there's nothing that can shake you. That's how writing the happiness book came about. And basically happiness is it's the essence of life. It is what we want. You want to buy a car, you buy a car to make you happy. You want to get a promotion, you get a promotion to make you happy. You want to buy a new Gucci whatever, you buy it to make you happy. You want to be married, you get married to be happy. So just the essence of life. And purpose is what brings about happiness. Because if you're working in your purpose, you're doing what you're supposed to do, it's just like happiness is inevitable. So that's why the 2 books came about. But more than anything, to encourage us, right? There's a world, there's a different life, there's so much that we are not even aware about. It is that place, whoever like has a dream, has a passion, God is saying like, you know what, you have to go in that direction. Because when you go, it's like the universe is, I didn't know, like there are universal laws that you have to operate with. There's a law of oneness, vibration, rhythm, polarity, they are over 12 or something. But when you align yourself with these laws, it's like the universe is cooperating with you. Things just happen. You're not even working at all. I got some clients at some time. I took up clients. I did not work. And they kept writing to me checks. Like how... what kind of life is this? For some, like, who gets paid without them working? And they kept writing like every week I have a check in the mail, and I'm just in my house, going to the movies, going to the gym. But this is easy. husband, this is fun, man. Just bring it on. Yeah, so, I mean, it's really beautiful. There's so much that we don't know about, but it's like God is surrounding us everywhere. It's everywhere, and He's saying just wake up this kind of life. But there's so much potential. It's a life of possibilities. It's a life of passion, where you live by passion, where you know that everything, it doesn't matter what is coming my way. He has it figured out. When the universal laws are cooperating with you, and whatever you need, you tune yourself to it, and there it comes to you. It's life with less struggle. I want to leave you with these quotes. One by Mark Twain says, "The two most important days in a person's life is the day the person is born and the day the person finds out why he's born." It's very important to find out our purposes. And also, whatever it is that you have to do, whatever God has put on your heart, that is where your success is. That is where just God is waiting for you to do that. I was talking to my friend about the story of Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling, when she started that book, she was coming from Manchester to London, and the idea just popped in her head when she started writing. She wrote the novel, she took it to different publishers everywhere, and people wasn't happy. Actually, they just guessed it. So this particular day, she takes the novel to some publisher. The guy read it, fake story, put it in the bin. Now, the secretary of that guy had heard about the book. She picked up the book from the bin, gave the book to another publishing company. They published the book. Guess what? It's got 8 franchises, 8 different books, but over the last, since the book has been on, they've sold over $25 billion from that book. And then when the last book came out, in under 24 hours, like the first 24 hours when the book was produced, 11 million copies were sold in the first 24 hours. So there is no idea that is too small. Even if you want to create a balloon, it is God expressing His creativity through you. Make your balloon, because God has your back, and the balloon will soar and you'll be amazed. So just to encourage us. And the other quote is, it says, "I'm here for a purpose. And my purpose is to grow into a mountain, not to shrink to a grain of sand. Henceforth will I apply all my efforts to grow into the highest mountain of all, and I will strain my potential until it cries for mercy." So that should be our mantra every day, to talk to ourselves in that direction, so that we can achieve all the good things that God has prepared for us. There's no prayer God has not answered. There's nothing we're going to pray about that has never been prayed about. It's just to change our perception. It's just to change our mindset. It's just to change our approach to how we've been doing things. Because everything is there. Like, it's just attunement and an alignment that you come to, and you just see life in a different state. I think it's so beautiful. It's like everything is listening to you, and you're hearing things, and you're seeing all these things that you never saw before. Because when this thing first happened to me, I was in my house, and there was it's like how you see this room that you have cream color on the wall, and then this day you wake up in the morning and the color is blue. And you're like, no, this cannot happen, because I've been in this place and the color has always been cream. But on this particular day, the color is blue, and you can't even buy it. Funny thing is, you're calling people to come and see color blue. Everybody comes and they see cream. Everybody comes and they keep crazy. You're saying, no, I'm seeing color blue because that's what I'm seeing. It's like there's a different kind of thing that's happened to you. And it's not even, when we get born again and we're excited, yeah, this is beyond being born again. I don't know if it's born again, or whatever it is. It is so beautiful. And I pray that everyone can experience this awakening and just embrace this love, see life in a different state, and whereby things just happen to you because you are living in a different sphere. So, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for those kind words, Sharon, and we are with you. Now, big dreams start with small dreams, and every breakthrough, trust me, will have a start like this. Now, she's done so well and so fantastic. By the time she gets the book written, published, It's been trials. She's tried and given up. She's dreamt and given up. Some people have discouraged her. They've said to her, don't waste time. It's been persistence. It's not the first she's done it. And who knows, something like that, it just starts like that and then it explodes. The guy who introduced the internet just had a little idea like that. When he spoke, everyone would have thought he's kidding. He won't get anywhere. And look where we are. So, thank you again for coming to support. Please let us support. 2 books there. We have one is How to Attain True Happiness, author Sharon Miranda. The second is How to Discover Your Life's Purpose, author Sharon Miranda. The next thing up now is the sign-on. We encourage to get her, go and have a look at the book. Also at the back, she's got her other products, 3 perfumes. They come in 20 mils. The first one is Tomorrow Fragrance Oils, 20 mils, 20 pounds. Miranda Dew Fragrance Oils, 20 mils, 20 pounds. Lux Fragrance, 20 mils. You can test this test at the back as well. The books are 10 pounds each. The perfumes are 20 pounds each. Also, we've got organo products at the back. Teas, chocolate, coffee latte, coffee mocha, coffee black, coffee supplements, ranging from about 25 pounds to 30 and then 50 with the supplements. There is someone there to talk to. I want you to feel free. I want you to feel relaxed. It's an evening. It's not one of those ones you go and everything is just like eating with a queen. No, it's not. Let's put our differences aside. Let's mingle up. DJ, you give us some music in the background. Please encourage to go and see Sharon. Support her. You never know, this could be the selling book tomorrow. This could be something you want also to take, or something you want to encourage, or something you want to contribute into her life, or something you would like also yourself to get an idea from. Please be the first to get her official launch, hand by hand, signed by her personally, and have a read at the book. All the things she's said, those are inspirations. The guy who created the plane, was just an idea like hers. And by the time the plane was made, just like she's published a book, there have been so many trials, so many fails. But you know, you never give up. And this is the challenge to all of us. You keep with your dream, you keep pushing it, you keep perfecting it. If you have a God, employ him. And he's for free above all things. Please. All right, here is a lady. While you go on, there is a lady who's going to speak who's been mentoring Sharon. She's got 1 or 2 minutes to also add on those words.
Hello, greetings everyone, greetings. And I hope everyone's all right today. And it's a lovely day. Thank you for coming. What's your name? What do you do?
I'm a student.
Wow, handsome young man. What are you studying?
I need to read this book and
Are you looking to write a pocket management? Another area. Okay. When do we expect that? Fantastic. Young ladies. Let me start with this young, beautiful lady. What is your name? Doris. Doris, nice to see you. You're looking all nice and blue, whatever. Do you have a dream? What dream is that? A cream that I produce by myself, so I have to find the time to just bring it out. You have to find the time. The time is now. The time is now.
Every single one of us will be knowing her in one way or another or through someone else. And that's what we call friendship. And for God's sake, that's the love He wants us to have. So there are a couple of things available. There are a range of products. We've got organo products on that table. We've got teas, we've got coffees, and then we've got Miranda's own brands of perfumes. There are 3 brands there. We've got the Miranda fragrance, we've got Miranda Dew, we've got Lux, and there's another oil as well. Please take time. That only costs £20. And then we've got the official launch of the books themselves. Each is £10. Please wander around. She'll be coming in a minute, or a few minutes, and she'll be telling us what it's all about. We've got t-shirts, courtesy of Miranda, which she makes. But those also cost £10. What I was about to say, this is all about young people, innovation, and doing really something for the good. And I want to encourage every single one, or if you have even ideas, it is always good to support each other, especially when you live in a minority sort of community. You know what this may mean. But again, thank you so much for coming out here to support. I do appreciate some people are going to be lost and who are really busy, but I do believe the numbers will get bigger and bigger. Please enjoy the drinks. I also promise you there is something for the stomach. I also promise you there's loads of music. Okay? Please do enjoy. Interact. Would expect, well, I'm happy with this table, except there is only one man.
Where he says I'm mad, I know who I am. I'm working in power, I work in miracles, I live a life of favor, for I know who I am. I'm working in power, I work in miracles, I live a life of favor, for I know who I am. Hey. Hey. Chosen generation, we've been called for to show His excellence. Yeah, all I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. We are a chosen generation. Come, we've been called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I'm walking in power, I walk in miracles, I live a life. For I know who I am. Say, I'm walking in power, I walk in miracles, I live a life of favor. For I know who I am. Everybody shout I know who I am. Lift your voice, shout
Cadillac, no birds, you can't see. But I'm on, you gotta agree. I don't know what you heard about me, but I can't get a dollar out of me. No Cadillac, no birds, you can't see. But I'm on, you gotta agree. When some she in the club, she dancing for dollars. She got a thing for that Gucci, that Fendi, that Prada, that BCP, roll, Perry, Yossi, and Cabana. She speaking fools, fantasies, they pay her.
She got a man and a son, though. hopefully, I bought a book, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
It's not for free. I bought a book, and I'm looking for happiness. If I read your book and I'm so inspired, I'll come back to you and buy 20 more books to give out for people who are looking for happiness. Thank you.
I'm a scientist myself, but when Isaac Newton started and Albert Einstein, when they started writing their books, at the time they didn't even write books like that. They only wrote a few manuscripts and left them behind. And they looked a little bit silly at the time. If you're a scientist here, the man said, I've come up with Newton's first law. And that was Newton himself. It's like Sharon coming up and saying, I'm writing Sharon's first law. That is how it sounded. It sounded silly at the time. But if you're a scientist, you and I know me that all the laws of physics depend on Newton's first law, second and third law. And nothing else has been proved outside of those. It's been centuries since they disappeared. Einstein as well, Albert, they've used laws of light and things like that to get to the moon. And people have gone to the moon and come back referencing their laws. So, what am I saying? This, it may look this, who knows where it is going. With the anointing of God, as the Christian believe, that is going to go far.
We are a chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me. For I know who I am. I know who God says I am. What He says I am. Where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I know who God says I am. What He says I am. Where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I'm working in power. I work in miracles. I live a life of favor. For I know who I am. I'm working in power. I work in miracles. I live a life of favor. For I know who I am. Hey. Hey. We are a chosen, come on. We are a chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence. Yeah. All I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. We are a chosen generation. Come, we've been called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me. I know who God says I am. What He says I am. Where He
Sharon, I just wanted to know what inspires you most, because so many times people tell us, I'm inspired by nature, I'm inspired by love, I'm inspired by my past. Like some people we have different backgrounds. Some people have been belittled before, they've been despised, like you can never make it. Or where do you get your inspiration? What drives you to do what you do?
Okay, that's a good question. What inspires me most? What drives me to do what I do? Basically, as I was sharing with you right now, it's like when I was in that state of when I wasn't going to church anymore. I'm not saying I shouldn't go to church because it's not right. But when I was not going to church for my own situation, I'd come to like, I don't know, things were not happening the way I wanted things to happen. I wasn't inspired, I wasn't even present, I was just full of complaint and just feeling like I'm defeated. There's nothing that was exciting that was happening to me at the time. But I was like, I want to experience, I want to have a new life, I want to have something different happen to me, something I've never experienced before. I just needed something that can inspire me every day and I see something new. I'm not sure that is what is happening. This journey is like when you think you are learning something, hey, you haven't even started. It's like so when you think that you've learned something, it's like when I'm doing my prayer meditation, I just like, look, can you show me something I haven't seen before? And it's happened so many times. And fresh things keep coming out, new things. I just look at something, maybe I've been even looking at it before, but I just kind of see it in a different way. And it's just a statement that keeps running in my head, like, when you change the way you see things, the things you see change. So that's where I get my inspiration. It's the best way from God. It just inspires me, gives me new stories, new creativity. And once again, that's the depth of where each of us is supposed to be. Because we are that ocean, we are that sea of that infinite intelligence, of that forever knowing, forever present. But we just have to raise our consciousness and our awareness so that we can come and literally be it. Because most of the time we know about it and we talk, but we are not being it. But when you come to understanding, you stop being. So that knowledge that Pastor Chris talks about, epignosis in Greek, it's the knowledge of knowing and being. So you no longer know about God or I go to church. It's like you're God. Everything is coming out of you from that place. But you have to align yourself, open up your awareness, and everything will just flow. You are it, and each one of us is it. It's just to understand it and walk in it. So I got my inspiration from there. Thank you.
Amen. Is there another question for Sharon?
Any other questions for Sharon?
That was well answered. See change in everything.
Hello. Hi, Sharon.
Hi.
Good. I've seen you, Sharon, for years, and I know where you came from. And I've seen you fighting for progress and aiming higher and higher and higher. I'm actually inspired by you. But my question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time from now?
Okay, 5 years time, I have really like my goal, right, is to make like £1 million. The reason is I want to put a team together, right, that is full of people that are unstoppable, that they are inspired, they have big dreams, because I want to be the one that if it's building a house in the air, let it really be the first one to do it. So I can charge all of you to come and live at that house. So that's my goal. I just want to continue to inspire people, continue to be inspired. Use what I know, that wisdom, that creativity, that understanding, and just blossom. Thank you.
Hi, Sharon.
Right.
Well done.
Thank you.
Just want to know what the kind of challenges that you face, what you're trying to do, what you want to do, the challenges that you think, they have to go, and how do you overcome them?
Oh, the challenges are so many. I don't even ask. There are so many. Even with my own self. Because initially, you know how you want to do something? Maybe you wake up one morning and you're full of passion, you're full of vigor, you're inspired, you want to do it, and yourself, talk yourself out of it. And be like, oh, it's hard. Oh, who knows me? I'm even a guy, I'm black. Who's going to even know what I'm doing? Who'll be even inspired by me? And before you started, you have spoken yourself and you are out of it. So it starts with you winning yourself. So when you win yourself and that whatever happens, whatever comes to you, and you just take that and go at it without fear, without looking at the environment, because normally you look at the environment and be like, oh, where am I going to get £1 million? But listen, you can get £1 million. Those guys are not special that have it. right? We can get £1 million, we can get 20, whatever. Whatever it is, we can get it. But we just say, £1 million, how? Because we've known about building wealth, especially black people, that we have to work hard. Have 3 jobs. But that's not the right way to build wealth. You can create a product, or you can start a business, whatever it is, and have a global market. It should be easier for you to make £1 million. So there are challenges everywhere, and people that our families and our friends, when you have an idea, you want to share it, they just talk to you like, that's impossible, you can't do it. But everything started as impossible. But it was an idea in someone's head, it was a thought. The building we are in was a thought. This speaker that I'm holding, somebody thought about it. The hands-free that I'm using, somebody thought, oh, I can make actually hands-free that they don't have to hold this one. A pen, everything was, this is actually the law of attraction. Because we create, right? This is that was my main struggle. Because before today, before all these things happened, I knew I wanted to be successful, but I didn't know how to get myself to be successful. And with the law of attraction, your thoughts, your actions, your words, whatever if you say, oh, I'm broke, I'm poor, I'm struggling, the universe gives you back that. You start being, you keep being broke because you're compensing it. Even though you want to be rich, but you have to speak prosperity. But the minute you say, oh, I'm broke, or things are hard, and that used to be my language. I can't do it. So the universe will collect all the I can'ts and bring back to you. So if you take a step, you face a hurdle. If you want to go somewhere, you face a hurdle and you don't even go anywhere. But if you change, like that's why I have this ambassador team. If you change the way you see things, the things you see will change. If you change the way you do things, the things you do will change. So as we want to be successful, as we want to be rich, as we want to be millionaires, we have to stand in that place of how do millionaires behave? You have to actually go and read about them. How do they speak? What do they eat? Do they work out? How do they spend their free time? So when you become, it's like you, before the actual manifestation comes, you the person has to be vibrating at that frequency or that thing to happen. So if you want to be successful, you have to start thinking success. It's not even about prayer. It's not even prayer. It's you changing your thoughts, because all we want is already provided for. That's what the Bible says. He has given us everything, not half, not quarter, but everything that pertains to life. So all we need, we have. But we have to change the way we do things. We have to start aligning ourselves with these riches that we need, and then we will be the people that attract those riches, and riches will just, it's like inevitable, it has to happen. I told you my first, I don't know, it wasn't here, but I was sharing my first experience with manifesting. It's like there's a language to the universe, right? The way you see the world, there's a language to it. Everything is energy. There is energy, and I've actually tested it, and I had to see energy, especially when I'm driving the car. I look at cars, I look at the trees, there is energy. So everything is energy. Albert Einstein talked about it. There's one energy. So that energy is actually God. So everything is energy. You have to align yourself with that energy for the energy to work for you. So this universe operates in laws. It's like people that are millionaires, they operate in laws. They go by those laws, they go by those principles, and the money comes in. So when you align yourself in that direction, manifesting, you come to a place of, like you want to, let me say you want to buy a car, for example. You have to go, you have the car already, even if it's not there physically, you have to be in the feeling that the car is here. That is faith. So you feel like, yes, this is my lovely Bentley, I have it. So the universe will pick up on those feelings, right? And it will vibrate and coordinate resources and everything because of what you set out. That's how my first manifestation happened. I was in that zone of happiness. Yes, I have £100. Hey, I'm probably going to take my friends out for some cocktail or something. And I was so excited. 2 days after, I got the money. Just like that. I didn't work for it, I didn't call anybody, it's just like, I have to give you this money. So things happened and coordinated something and the money was in my hands. Understand? So we have to master our own self, right? Be unstoppable. You don't look at your circumstances because your mind says it is impossible, but you have the power in the spirit. The spirit is like a realm of possibilities. But because we live with our limited mind, that will talk you out of, oh, it can't be done. Who does that? It is impossible because the mind says so, but it's not. The spirit is just waiting for you to dream, because your dreams are even limited. Right? You can dream to I don't know, create something, whatever it is that you want to create. It is doable as long as you're functioning from the spirit. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sharon.
Hello, Precious. Well done. What are your 5 favorite books and your best authors?
Where do I start? I've got many.
No, you have to pick 5.
Just 5 only? Can I do 10?
No. 5 for the people to know. What are the 5 authors that you said this is my authors that influence?
Favorite, and not just my favorite, but one of my favorites is Eckhart Tolle. That book, The Power of Now. Gosh, I think everybody should read that book. Seriously, it's probably like £5 or £10 if you really buy it. But that's a must. You must have that book in your library. Because that book shifted. I remember the first time I think I read it like 3 times. And the first time I read the book, it knocked me off the chair I was sitting, and I was down crying in tears. I didn't know where tears came from. That's how deep. The guy shared, there's a different world you have no clue. The one that the Bible tells us, eyes have not seen. Really, eyes have not seen. Eyes have not seen. There's a different life, there's a different world. There's some difference that when your eyes are open, you'll be like, what? How come I wasn't aware of this? And this information is not been on the mainstream. You have to be seeking for it.
Yeah.
I remember when I was doing this journey, sorry, I'm coming back to you. When I was doing this journey, one day I ended up in East London, knocking on a hall like this. I remember it was 7 p.m. Some Asian guy came to open the door for me. I was like, what are you doing here? I said, well, I was meant to be in this place. He's like, okay, come in. He said to me, ask me what do they do in that place and why was I like, what do they do? Why was I supposed to be there? He said to me, are you asking questions about life? Are you asking why there's suffering, why there's poverty, why these things are happening, bombing, war? I said, how do you know? Because I was in that place when I was having my conversation with God. I said, how do you know? He said, well, I've been there before. And we are called seekers. No matter if I was a seek, we just want the answers. They said, okay, come listen to this with your group. And I went there. Asians, Spanish people, Irish people, just welcome you. Just a part of a group of seekers that want answers. And they are divinely connected. Like super rooted. So yeah, that's my favorite. My second book is Wayne Dyer, Wish Has Fulfilled. Third book is by one of my greatest teachers, Anthony Robbins. I work in the Giant Within. Fourth one is Spiritual Enlightenment by Jade McKenna. I like Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yes.
Very good book.
Yeah?
What is it twice?
One is in the...
Which one is that?
Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Very good book.
Yeah, very good.
Okay.
1 minute.
Sorry, mine is just a quick one. Apparently, we have some people who are not affluent in English, and obviously they wanted an interpreter. My guys here didn't know nothing what was going on. But anyway, with that, we're running out of time. I'll explain to them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming, gentlemen. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you so much. Talk about books.
Just the good at dance. We have some people from Ghana tonight. Yeah! Make some noise! Make some noise! We have some people from Ghana, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody sing it, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Everybody sing it, hallelujah. Hallelujah. We sing, oh, yeah. It's the official dance. There's a 10 pounds on the list of what, Cheryl? How much here? Yeah, give them a big hand clap. People, give them a big hand clap. If you want to join in, 20 pounds. If you are single, it's 10 pounds.